Welcome to the Art of Hitting channel. We got a good one for you today. We have a short clip on Scott Rose, who's been out of softball for 25 years, and he comes back to play with the Scorpions. Let's hear what Scott's got to say.
That's great. Let's get on to let's kind of round this out by getting on to his softball now after 40 years. So.
Well, it's sure. I didn't know that you were off that long, and I tell you, last year playing with you, my goodness, this dude can hit if you've never seen it, man.
So we talked about kind of the Connect Park, oh my goodness, and then we talked about me being in college football, Pittsburgh State.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So I don't know what the year. It's not 40 years because I'm only 50, but it's probably like 20 or 25 years. I quit playing competitive softball.
That's a long time.
It is a long time. So you fast forward that to you calling me when I'm 49 saying, "Why don't you come play with this Scorpions team?" And I okay, let's play. I mean, I thought I was going to play with you, but you ended up being the videographer. But that's a whole other discussion. But anyways, you probably don't remember that first game in Vero. We get there. First game I've ever played Florida Half Century. First tournament I've ever played in 25 years. I'm on the on-deck circle, and I forget how it transpires, but we're down by 1 or 2. Guy in front of me walks, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm going to come up in my first game with the game on the line, bases loaded, 2 down, and I haven't played in 25 years.
I forgot what you did. You hit it
I hit one out. I hit a walk-off.
It doesn't surprise me.
So,
your mother was tough under pressure.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying? The half century?
That first year, listen, you played on that team. We had a lot of great guys. That was a great team.
Yeah.
Tremendous team.
Tremendous team. I had a lot of. I mean, I've never really been injured that much. I mean, I had injuries over my life in sports, but that first year, man, I mean, just like I pulled a hamstring. I never pulled a hamstring before.
Mm-hmm.
But that shouldn't be a surprise. It's not a surprise because every player I've ever seen come out of retirement has that same problem.
I mean, I had this tendonitis in my elbow. I'm getting a shot in it. It's like, what am I doing? I mean, just little my shoulders, which are still kind of jacked up. But I had a lot of fun. I love the Florida Half Century. Whoever came up with that format, 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday, go home, 7 runs, max inning. I mean, I don't know who came up with that, or
a bunch of guys back about. We did the history on with Mike Knowles. Remember Mike Knowles, right?
Coach Knowles.
Yeah, you seen him.
I seen him last week.
You know, he was on the podcast, and you may have listened to it. Yeah, I don't remember, but Rudy Strauss and John Townley, they started it, back. I don't know, 10 years before, so about 37 years.
So that end of the 90s, we talk about that C team we had. I just remember, like, we would play West Shore Pizza in Tampa.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
We'd have games, Dan, where it was like West Shore would score 25 runs the first inning.
Yeah.
We'd come up, score 28.
Yeah.
Then they'd score 15.
Yeah.
Then we'd score 17.
Mm-hmm.
This is home run limit. This is a home run limit.
Yeah, it was 62 to 61 in the third inning, and then it was an hour. I mean, you hated
3
it,
hours,
but you loved it. But there weren't any time limits, right?
No, they didn't have any.
You played 7 innings, man, and in a lot of those tournaments, you were 2 in the morning still playing. I mean, it was like
they changed the game for a lot of reasons, but it seemed like a whole new game when you get back. Ball hits the plate, your ass is out.
Yeah, exactly. And then, the first game we played in Century, I did not veer to the right scoring at home. I ran right to the plate, and they're like, yeah, he's out. What? But, it reminds me, we talked about the C team. You remember the story about Teeter?
That was a few minutes of the interview on Dugout with Ed and Dan with Scott Rose. You want to see the entire interview, it'll be published sometime on Spotify in October. We'll release the date on another promo clip in a day or so. But enjoy the full interview with Scott talking about his softball history from the age of 15 and his work life and some interesting things about the insurance business that he's in. So hit subscribe, and remember, the Dugout is out there on Spotify. Ed and Dan in the Dugout. Hit subscribe. We're trying to get to 600 by the end of September. Have a great day. Enjoy your day. Hit subscribe.